Well, Craig, nice to see you. We're here to talk about coaching and the no coaching strategy, but just tell us, as Swim England's head of coaching, about your sort of coaching backstory, if you would.
Sure. So I started coaching, it must be over 25 years ago now. And when I first started coaching, to me, what was really important was the technical, was the technical, the tactical. The more sessions I could get, the more I had in my toolbox, so to speak, the better equipped I felt. And that served me quite well for a number of years. And then I guess over the arc of my coaching journey, I started more and more to realize that coaching wasn't necessarily just about the task, although it is to a degree. It's about people, and it's about the relationships you have. And having great relationships just allows great coaching to happen. So I very much started off coaching believing it was one thing, and then ended up thinking coaching was something quite different.
What was the motivation then for getting into coaching in the first place?
I think like most coaches, I wanted to give back. I had built up a wealth of knowledge from my experience in the sport, and I guess a bit of an innate teacher as well. I really kind of enjoyed and got a lot from the coaching process.
So now you're charged with driving this new coaching strategy. Tell us about it, tell us why now, and tell us what the aim is.
So when I started at Swim England a year ago, the listening report really signalled a catalyst for change. And so the new coaching strategy is an opportunity for change and an opportunity for culture change, to create thriving and flourishing environments for athletes and coaches, as well as parents and clubs too. Coaching is a very difficult task and quite complex as well. So we really need to value coaches and coaching. We need to reward them. We need to support them well as well.
So much of the work that we do, and when I say we, I'm talking about Swim England, is listening to our community. So how important is it that we do this as part of the new coaching strategy, that we listen to what people have got to say?
Yeah, absolutely. So the example I gave with my own coaching background was increasingly listening to what people want and also what people need as well. And so in a parallel process, that's kind of what we're doing. Good coaching is about listening. It's about responding to needs and wants. And so that's what we're doing in the coaching strategy. We're listening to coaches, athletes, parents and clubs.
What's the feedback been like so far? I'm not talking in terms of numbers, but what are you hearing from people who are getting involved in this?
I'm hearing it's really positive. I think it's landed well. I think it's resonating with the community. We're definitely seeing people fill out our survey and book onto workshops. But of course we could do more, because the stronger and clearer our voice, the stronger and clearer our direction going forwards.
Has it all been positive feedback, or has there been any pushback from coaches?
Yeah, not so much pushback, I'd say. You know, we welcome people's views. We welcome their lived experience. We want to hear from that. You know, we don't want to dig down too much into that. We want to look to the future and what the future can bring for us.
As well as the survey that runs until the end of April, there's workshops planned in March as well. Can you tell us a little bit about what they will look like?
Yeah, sure. So with the coaches at the workshop, we really want to explore some fundamental questions of coaching. And then we'll use that as a platform to start to co-create and co-design the future of it.
And these workshops, what sort of form will they take? And are they online, or are they actually in person? Are they various venues around the country? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we've got 16 workshops around England, and it was really important to us to have them face-to-face. We really believe in that face-to-face dialogue for coaching. And so, within that, we're certainly not going to lead from the front. We'll start off with a small introduction, of course, but then we'll just get into group work and discussing those topics, as I suggested before.
It sounds like a massive piece of work. I mean, when can we expect to see this strategy?
Sure. I mean, we're aiming to publish in July this year, and then we'll start, I guess, enacting it very soon after in terms of our interventions and actions.
And when would you start to see the benefits of it, the repercussions of it, so to speak?
Yeah, sure. In actual fact, we're doing things now that we know are really important to the strategy. For example, we're working on effective and ethical coaching, because we know that we need to move beyond just successful coaching as a measure to effective, ethical and successful coaching.
as you mentioned earlier, there's been a lot of positive feedback. There's been a lot of feedback, full stop. But what would you say to anybody who's still umming and ahhing about whether to, have their voice heard?
I would say this coaching strategy in some way is going to affect you. It's going to touch you. So if you want to be a part of it and you want to have your voice heard, then please get involved.
And that's the key thing. It's not your strategy. It's not Swim England's strategy. It's everybody's, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is everyone's strategy, and we can't do this alone. Culture change of any kind, will not happen from us. It will happen by doing it together, doing it with the community. So that's why the name of the strategy was the co-creation of the future of coaching, because we firmly believe that we have to do it together, and everyone is responsible and everyone has a role.